Okay, so this is absolutely going to be a different video for my channel, but like Sonic Frontiers hype is just through the roof, man. It's palpable. I could taste it. Everyone's making their speculation videos and talking about, like, oh, I'm going into the well because pre-orders for the game, like people are getting their copies, and I'm just over here like, I kind of want to get in the mix. Which is like a big thing for me because I've never made a Sonic video before, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm very nervous. I'm just very nervous for reasons that would only make sense to me, I feel like, so I'm not gonna go into it. But originally, this video was actually supposed to be a part of a bigger video on Sonic, but like, I wanted to get that video up before Frontiers came out, and considering it's November 1st right now, that's not gonna happen. Funnily enough, I was gonna be like, alright, I'll bite the bullet. I'll go ahead and do this video aside from the bigger video that I wanted to do. I haven't video edited in a while. I was kind of tentatively hanging around the bush of like, oh yeah, I'll do this video. And then the Knuckles prologue came out. Oh hell no, I'm doing a video. So I feel like that's enough preamble. What are we actually doing here today? I just kind of want to do some theorizing because I'm passionate about story and seeing where everything goes, and I feel like Sonic Frontiers has a lot of really good story potential, and I kind of just want to theorize on it a bit. Yeah, that's it. Oh wait, before I say let's get it, I want to go over some disclaimers real quick because I feel like those are important. First of all, I have not seen any leaks outside of like the big fishing cutscene and the one where Sonic saves Amy. I've been fighting for my life trying to duck and dive shit, I'm gonna be honest. That being said, there will be heavy spoilers from stuff that I have seen. Obviously Sonic Frontiers, IDW comics, I'm gonna spoil some of that. The prologue comics for Sonic Frontiers and the prologue animation that just technically came out today. Like I said, it's November 1st, but I don't know if this video is going to be up today or not. But yeah, there's going to be some spoilers for the Knuckles, what's it, Convergence or Divergence? Girl, all these things. There's going to be spoilers for that prologue animation. Please, if you haven't seen the prologue animation, do not watch this video. I want you to see it on your own. It's so good. Same thing with the IDW comics too, actually. If you haven't read the IDW comics, particularly the first arc that I'm going to be talking about, please don't watch this video. They're really worth experiencing on your own. Where was I? Oh, okay. I've also stopped, we're getting back to the disclaimers now. I also stopped watching anything like gameplay related past when the EGX reviews started to drop because honestly I just kind of want to save my excitement for the game, and I know like at one point in time somebody stole the game or something. Like next, I promise we're almost done with disclaimers. I make a lot of references to the IDW comics here, but I know the only thing the comics and Frontiers technically share is the writer Ian Flynn, right? So when I make all these connections and stuff, just let me talk. I'm just out here. And then last disclaimer, these theories are partially things I'm actually wondering about, and then also me just kind of fantasizing about what I want to happen. Because like, I know that Sonic Frontiers has been more somber in tone and marketing, but I'm also reasonably managing my expectations about how dark Sega will actually let the story get. So I think that's it for disclaimers. Let's get it, like for real this time. So the first theory is not really anything new. It's something that's been going around since like Sage's character design dropped, and it's, I wonder if there's a connection to Infinite/Sonic Forces. Now, considering how Sonic Forces did, I know this is probably just like a coincidence in color schemes as far as like the game designs and stuff go. But like I said, Ian Flynn is helming this, and the IDW comics pretty much started off cleaning up after Force's butchered storytelling. So it's not completely off the table that there would be like a slight connection here. But again, I don't think that's realistic. So outside of the color scheme, there's also just like certain design elements too. Like I actually noticed this more so in the Knuckles prologue, where the Guardians, I think is what they're called, have kind of a not only do they have more of a Phantom Ruby shape in their eye area, but they also have, I don't know, something about the elements of their design and just their bodies, particularly the shoulders, that kind of looks like Infinite's helmet. Oh, actually, okay, on the Phantom Ruby element, because technically I wasn't really going to have this whole connection to Infinite part in the video, but I don't know, man. That Knuckles prologue today just had me thinking. It had me going. So you know how, if you've seen the Knuckles prologue, he finds some ancient relics of past civilization that he's never found before on Angel Island, and it just got me thinking. The Phantom Ruby was also found on Angel Island. So what if there's a connection there? And then there's also like, that's why there's all the glitch stuff going on. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just thinking. Not to mention this Phantom Ruby at several points in time transports people to places like null space, and there's a lot of transporting people into different spaces, like for instance cyberspace. Although I will say the only caveat to this whole theory thing, well, besides the fact that they're probably never going to reference forces again, but that's neither here nor there, is the fact that Eggman in the prologue comment talks about how he wants to create an ultimate life form with no acknowledgement at all about what happened to Infinite or what his status is. I mean, actually, Infinite's just been kind of missing in general. Like, even in the IDW comics, he's just not there. Like, it's almost like he didn't exist. But the last time we saw him was him, I think, disappearing into the Phantom Ruby after losing to Sonic. So, I really don't know. I just wanted to include this whole Infinite theory in here because the Angel Island Knuckles short got me thinking. On to the main theory that I wanted to make this video about. It is the Sonic needs saving theory. So, okay, first of all, I love Ian Flint's characterization of Sonic in both like the IDW comics and in what story bits / cutscenes we've seen so far. And then Roger Craig Smith's new line delivery also goes a long way to like... Actually, let's talk about that real quick, because just from the small clips I've seen, it's kind of wild how the way he's talking and the more deeper, more somber tone he's taking is literally how it sounds in my head when I read the IDW comics. That's... Anybody else have that? It's just crazy to me. But back to Ian Flint's characterization of Sonic. There's this real forlorn, like, gotta do what I gotta do as a hero vibe, without being too self-serious, all while leaving room to have some incredible moments of hubris, such as a certain holier-than-thou moment in recent issues that here caused a bit of a stir, but that's none of my business. And it's not just Sonic either. I love the way the IDW comics handle the rest of the characters in general. I say the IDW comics because there's multiple different writers, so everyone is doing their thing over there, I feel like. But I love the way they handle all of the different characters in general and how they're all super capable. They're all able to do stuff on their own. And they all prove that it's not just Sonic that needs to save the world. Case in point, and this is where I'm gonna spoil some of the IDW arcs. Not the whole arc, but just particularly what happens to Sonic in the context of it. So the case in point for seeing everybody else get into the action is the IDW Metal Virus arc. So basically Sonic gets infected with the Metal Virus and is forced to be on standby while everyone else fixes the problem. And it brings out, in my opinion, some delicious moments of remorse, because in this instance, Sonic can't be the hero this time. You probably already know where I'm going, because boom, does this not look like a virus? And from what we've seen in clips so far, like particularly the Sonic saving Amy clip, it seems like Sonic is brazenly going around being the hero and trying to save his friends from those like weird egg pod things. Now, as per usual, this ain't new. He do this, we know that. But the more he saves them, the more infected it seems like he's gonna get. And the kicker is, at least from my memory, when Sage hints at this in a cutscene or a trailer or something, when Sage hints at this, he doesn't seem to care. All of this, in my opinion, is a recipe for a story where Sonic is doing what he gotta do, but his hubris kicks in, and now not only is he sidelined, but he's actively the one having to be saved by Amy, Tails, and Knuckles, maybe? And perhaps there's a segment of the game where you're able to play them all of the adventure games? Alright, let me slow my roll. I'm not old enough in this fandom to be theorizing about Adventure 3 yet, but you get what I mean. The other thing I want to bring up is like why this particular theory came to me, why I wanted to make a video so bad. So I was listening to the Cyberspace DJ mix for the 25th time this week, as you do, and a lot of the more lyrical songs kind of hit me different. When I say hit me different, I mean it should send chills up my body. It's not even just the Cyberspace mix, but like, okay, here, let me go over some of the lyrics, because I know Sonic music attached to the games tends to be pretty literal, and a lot of these lyrical EDM tracks have a very Forces vibe. Say what you will about the Forces soundtrack, the lyrics are pretty much every song definitely tied the whole overbearing friendship, we gotta win this angle together for the theme of the game. So now I'm wondering, what are we trying to say when we have lyrics like, flowing time, I'm flowing, disappearing? Like, What do you mean by that? Now, obviously, flying through time is a reference to the nature of the cyberspace stages, which, if you don't know, they are meant to be Sonic's memories. That's literally what he's doing. He's flying through time. But the disappearing line just, I don't know, it just hit me different. I was like, wow, okay. Clearly he's disappearing when he goes into the cyberspace stages, but what if the virus is gonna kind of like slowly overtake him and then he will literally disappear into like a glitchy mess? You know what I mean? Let's look into the next song, because first of all, whatever stage is at 417, whatever that song is, slaps. Okay, it has no business slapping that hard, but that's neither here nor there. But the lyrics in that one go something like, only the heart remains. And then there's a lyric that goes, time goes on, that I would sing, but I don't remember exactly how it goes, so here it is. And then finally, there's the Green Hill one. This is, if you haven't seen the Green Hill gameplay, it popped up at some point in time. I don't remember which one it was, but there was a song in the background that kind of hit me different back then, but I didn't really think much on it until we got this cyberspace DJ mix and we had all this other cool ass music. Which, side note, I kind of wish they put this song in there because it, I don't know, to me it just sounded really, really cool. But the Green Hill music said something like, you are not in control. And it just screams some, this is above you shit in a very ominous way, similar to the Bad Future Metallic Madness Japanese track. So all I'm saying is perhaps there's going to be a point in the game where Sonic is, you know, he's busy flowing through time, he's flowing, and then suddenly he loses control and then disappears until only the heart remains and time has to go on and his friends have to save him. I'm sorry, like I said, this is probably more of a fanfic, fantasization. What is? Okay, it's more of a fanfic than anything, because I don't know how dark Tech is gonna let this game get, but yeah, those are my theories. Like I said, this is my first Sonic vid ever, so pretty nervous, but I'm also pretty nervous and trying to decide if I want to buy the game myself or if I want to just watch some of my favorite Let's Players and experience the story, because I'm definitely more of a story person than a gameplay person. So I don't know. I guess I've got a handful of days to figure that shit out before spoilers start popping up online. Okay, I think that is the end of this video. Actually, yeah, what I'm talking about, this is the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed. I hope the manic energy wasn't too much. But yeah, outside of that, y'all have yourself a good one and time to keep counting down, I guess. Bakara, signing out.